Good evening, Knights fans, and welcome to Knight Arena for today's contest between the York College Spartans and your Southern Virginia Knights. And boy, Nicole, we are sure blessed to be here tonight, aren't we?
We sure are, Adam.
And what can we expect from tonight's matchup between the Spartans and the Knights?
I wish I knew. I've been telling everybody that this is going to be a really good game. We split with York on the season. We lost to them at their place, and then I believe we swept them here at our place a few weeks ago. So tonight could go either way. I'm really excited to watch.
Yeah, we did. The first game with York, we lost to them 3-1, and here we beat them 3-0, in which we didn't really have much competition, but we expect a lot more from York tonight, as it's the first round of the CAC tournament, and both teams are competing for the opportunity to go play at Christopher Newport on Thursday. Now, what are you expecting from some of our seniors out here tonight?
Well, it looks like we've only got one senior on the court right now. So from that senior, I'm expecting a lot of assists and a lot of leadership.
Yep.
Larry Crockett.
And then, of course, we have McKinley Knight checking in as a libero. She brings so much to that back line, and that's going to be huge tonight for the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely.
And back to serve to start the game was number 20 for the Spartans, Abby Deal. Let's see what she comes in. She's going to give us a little bit of a float serve.
Oh.
Great dig there. Nice hit by Taryn Warner, just gets it over. Now let's see what that Knight defense can bring. McKinley dives for it and just misses right there.
Looks like we just couldn't quite close the block on that first one.
Yep.
But we're still warming up.
Deal back here to serve again. Again. Great dig right there. Nice hit. And Kaplawi, what a great start for the Knights here. 1-1 as we get started here. Lindsay Weidrich subs into the game for Taryn Warner. And McKinley Knight to serve here for the Knights. Let's see what she can bring if we can get some momentum going for our team. Great serve over the net. And an ace by McKinley Knight. What a hit right there. You remember the last broadcast we did, Nicole? She had about 8 or 9 aces in a row, and the other team could not figure her out. Let's see what she can do here tonight.
Yeah, historically, McKinley's always had a really good serve. There's another good
one. And that's not going to get over the net. Great serving here by McKinley Knight. Man, she's just putting that ball right in the right spots, and York is just not responding well to it. 2 aces to start off. Let's go. Another one. Not a great return. Laree with a nice dig. McKinley sets it up for Mallory Rath, who has a great hit over. McKinley again to Laree. Laree to Mallory. Mallory just tips it over. The Spartans are there for it.
That's actually Kaylee Rath. They're sisters.
Oh, that's my fault. I'm sorry.
Well, it looks like she's got a different number than what we have here on the roster. But that is, in fact, Kaylee. They're number 13 instead of number 20 tonight.
Sorry, Kaylee. I'll get you next time. Laree with a nice setup for Kaylee, who just hits it a little too far. 3-3 here early on for a tie game in the first set. Claire Short back here to serve. Good dig by McKay, gets it over to Laree. Lindsay Weidrich gets blocked. Laree attempts the setter's dump. It's blocked at the net. And unfortunately, Kaylee hits the, what's that called? Stick?
Antenna.
Antenna?
Yep.
She hits the antenna. Ball goes out. 4-3 Spartans early on here in the first set. Claire Short for the Spartans hits it into the net, and we're tied again at 4. Here comes Laree Crockett with the serve. Get some instructions here from Coach Baker on the sideline. Let's see what she's going to do with her serve here. Good serve, right to their libero. Blocked at the wall. Good dig from Laree. Hits it over to Kaylee. Kaylee with a good hit over the net. Saved by the Spartans. They get to 3. McKinley with the dig. Over to Lurie, and a nice hit by Lindsay Wiedrich. Just drops inside. And a great block there by Lindsay, with McKay Cunningham as well assisting her out there. What a great block right there, and really good defense from the Knights. 5-4 here early on in the first set. Lurie with a nice little float serve.
That's a great serve by Lurie Crockett.
Good defense back there from McKinley. McKay gets blocked. That was Courtney Singleton with her first hit of the night. And a great hit by Kaylee. Just hits it over the block and gets it just inside the line.
Kaylee Rath is really good at finding that deep corner. She's done that a few times, and it works for her very often.
Great hit there by Kaylee. Lurie looking to build momentum again here with her serve. Grazes the net on the way over. May have added some spin, and the Spartans aren't able to capitalize. Point Knights with the great hit from Lurie. The Knights are looking really good here early on, especially serving-wise. And just a little long there. Just as I start to talk about how good we're serving,
I think you jinxed them.
Long.
But you're right. They have been serving really good so far. Mistakes are going to happen every now and then, so hopefully we can get it out of our system early.
I agree. McKinley gets it over to Lurie, who hits it to McKay Cunningham. Good dig there for the Spartans. They hit it three. McKinley saves over to Lurie. Lindsay Wiedrich blocked at the net.
It's a great coverage by the Knights right there.
Kaylee Rath with another great hit there. And here comes Kylie Christensen in for the first time back to serve for the Knights. 8-5 here, almost halfway through the first set. Receives instruction from Coach John Baker, moves a little bit over to the side. Good hit there from Kylie. Good dig right there from McKinley. And just a little long there from Courtney Singleton.
Checking into the game for York, number 16, Gabby Ime.
Here we go here. Gabby Ime back to serve. Nice little tip over there from Courtney Singleton. Lurie with the setter's dump, and perfectly placed from Lurie. That's a good setter's dump if I've seen one right there. Is that a setter's dump?
Kind of. I mean, she kept both feet on the ground, and it wasn't really a tip. What she was going for was more of a push to that deep corner. A coach will teach their players not to free ball it over the net, but if you feel like you're in a situation where you have to, you want to go to that deep corner and try to put them out of system, which is what she just did.
Great block there, right there from Courtney Singleton, who gets it to Lurie, who hits it over to Taryn Warner, and Taryn just gracefully places that right on the other side of the table. What a great hit. Here we go, Emma Steiger back here to serve for the Knights. Short little serve. Man, I tell you what, that short serve really confused the Spartans there for a second. It just dropped right in front of them.
Yeah, you know, she does a great job with that serve. That's not an easy serve to teach, and it's perfectly placed in the game, I think, after serving after a couple of deep servers.
Another point for the air there. Timeout Spartans here. 12-6 for the Knights, as they've done a great job here early on in the first set.
You'll notice players like Lurie and McKinley and Kylie, they'll serve deep. And so it kind of puts the team back on their heels a little bit. Then you have a server like Emma step back to the line, and they're not ready for that short serve.
I agree. A lot of fans here for the Knights, making some good crowd noise. I don't know if it's getting to the Spartans a little bit, but boy, are the Knights looking good right now.
Absolutely. We have going on tonight what we call the spirit competition. So each team, hopefully each team, is here representing tonight, trying to outdo other teams to see if they can get the most here to support our volleyball team in the playoffs.
What do the Knights got to do here to continue to increase our lead and build on our momentum? What are we looking for, Nicole?
Well, I think we need to keep putting them out of system. If you've noticed, we've scored every time we can kind of put them on their heels and give them a ball that they're not really ready for, so they can't get a good hit on it. If we can keep doing that, I think we can increase our lead.
Well, Emma Steiger back here to serve again as we continue set 1. 12-6 lead here for the Knights. Ball's in the air. Nice long serve over. Spartans make a good play. Blocked at the wall. Good dig there from Emma. Another block for the... Oh. I don't know what the ref called there, but they got a point.
I looked away, so I didn't see his hand gesture. What did he do? And I'll tell you what the call was.
All I saw was him point to the right, so I have no idea.
I looked over to the bench, so I missed it.
Well, either way, something happened. Spartans got a point. Looks like Lydia Stump back here to serve for the Spartans. Good hit there over to Lurie, and McKay Cunningham with a great hit over the net. Kylie Christensen with a good dig, gets it over to Lurie. Courtney Singleton with a great hit over. Spartans are able to get it. Good. Another good dig there from Kylie. Point for the Spartans. It looks like a double hit there by Lurie. That's all right, Lurie. It's a little bit of an error early, but it hasn't hurt us right now. We still got a 4-point lead. Stump back to serve again. Back-to-back airs there. First round of the conference tournament, maybe a little jittery, but those aren't errors that we can live with. We got to be able to fix those quick. There we go. Gets it over to Lurie. Who hits it to McKay, and McKay with a great hit there. I'll tell you what, she just cocked her arm back and she said, Kaplowy, this thing's going over. And in she got it, right through their block.
Yeah, you know, I think I heard those exact words from here, Kaplowy.
Ellie Warnick back here to serve. She takes her time going back to serve, gets a little bit of a float. Good dig there from the Spartans. Their hit over, hits the net. Kylie's able to get it. And Courtney Singleton with a great hit over. Good recovery there by Kylie Christensen. Those balls that hit the net are hard to gauge. But she saves it perfectly and gets it right to Ellie, who hits it over to Courtney and point Knights. Here we go again. Ellie taking her time, making sure she's breathing good. Spartans with a good dig. Another block there. Good hit by Ryan Dubinsky, who gets it over to Taryn Warner, and that's what you want to see. Everybody contributing in a good way for the Knights right now. Ellie getting her instruction from Coach John Baker. Again, taking her time. Raises her hand as if she's got a question for the teacher. She hits it over. Great hit. Air. Good save by Courtney. Gets it back to Ellie. Who gets it back to Courtney. Saved by the Spartans. Good save again by Ellie. Third hit. Kylie's got to get it over. Spartans go to save it. Good block. Get it over. And Ryan Dubinsky hits it over. The Spartans are there to block it, and nobody's there to save it for the Knights. Kind of an unfortunate bounce, but it happens.
Yeah, plays like that are really hard to finish because you just can't practice for something like that.
The libero, Hilani Markham, back to serve for the Spartans. McKinley Knight forced to just push it over. Great block there by Taryn Warner and Ryan Dubinsky. Saved by the net. Taryn with the set. Gets it over to McKinley. And another great block there. What a great block there twice by Ryan Dubinsky and Taryn Warner.
Absolutely. They're connecting really well right now on that block on that far side. Closing it really nicely.
And they're celebrating together as they should. That team worked out phenomenally right there. Here we go. Courtney Singleton back to serve for the Knights. McKinley Knight with the good save there in the back. And she's forced to hit it over. And point Spartans. Double hit.
Checking back into the game for York, number
Is that a double hit on McKinley there, Nicole?
Yeah, it was. Looks like she tried to overhead pass it to the other side and just couldn't quite make it smooth enough.
Abby Deal back to serve and hits it into the net. Knights have got some good momentum going for them right now. Back to McKinley Knight, who started off the game with an ace. Let's see if she can build on that.
I think she can, Adam.
Hits it over. York with a good little save. Good dig there from Ellie. Lindsay Wiedrick hits it over. Block at the net. And she hits the antenna. That antenna is not being used for Dish Network. It's there to get points for the Knights. And here we go, McKinley Knight. Another point from her serve. Hits it into the court a couple times. Coming back to serve. Kaplawi over the net. And Kaplawi of an ace. Holy cow. Great hits from them. Noah Myers over there in the crowd gets the splits going. And here we go. That's 2 straight points for her. McKinley Knight. And just a little long there. That's all right. We got 3 points from it. That's good momentum. We've still got a 7-point lead here. 6 more to close the first set. And Claire Shore back here to serve for the Spartans. Cocks her arm back, hits it over. Kaylee Rath hits it over to the barn.
Looks like we got just a little discombobulated on that.
The barn did not help that out, that's for sure.
Absolutely not.
Courtney Singleton tries to save it. It just goes out of bounds on the other side of the net. Claire Shorb hits it over again for the Spartans. Ellie with the great hit over to Ryan. Just gets it in. The Spartans are able to save it to the barn. Lindsay gets it over to Ellie, who gets it to Ryan again, who's blocked at the net. And you cannot touch the net right there. Ryan, that's such a great hit. Spartans are forced to go into the net. Point Knights. 20-13 here. Laurie Crockett back to serve. Coach John Baker asking about the serves, trying to see what we got here. Gives her instruction to serve for Laurie. Hits it over. Perfectly placed serve right on the sideline. And another block from Kaylee Lindsay. Lindsay's all over the place right now. And unfortunately, we're not able to save that one. Tell you what, great hustle there from Lindsay Wiedrick as she was forced to block one on the left side and then immediately came over to the middle. It's something you see in warm-ups, but you don't see often in a game, but great job there by Lindsay. Marie over to Kaylee, who smacks it across, gets caught in the barn air conditioning. Spartans just get it over the net. Laurie over to Kaylee, and that just goes a little bit wide there. What do the Knights got to do to finish this off?
I think we got to work on our transitions. There for a while, they were looking really good, and then we got a little lazy. But I think we can clean it up right here. You know, you mentioned Lindsay earlier, and I just have to comment, she has come a long way. I think she's doing fantastic this year. You can see she's got a great court awareness that she's really worked hard to develop.
Great hit there by Courtney Singleton. And another great block by Lindsay Wiedrick and McKay Cunningham. And their block for the first time makes it so the second time the Spartans try to hit it over, they don't want to get it into the block, and they hit it too long. Great defense here in the first set by the Knights. Kylie Christensen back here to serve for the Knights. Receives her instruction from Coach John Baker. Not a great save there from the Spartans. Laurie gets it over to Courtney, who just crushes the ball to the other side. See who she goes to here. Gets it to Lindsay. That might have been blocked. And they don't call it.
Checking back into the game
That to
for
me
York,
from
number
here looked like
16,
it got blocked at the
Gabby
net.
Amy.
What do you think?
I didn't see it personally. It can get a little confusing though when you look up and you just see a bunch of different hands at the net. But it looked to me like the ball had a smooth trajectory.
Unfortunately,
Looks like right now we need to get a really good pass so that we can get set up for a good offensive play.
I think this is a great timeout here from Debbie Baker.
Absolutely.
Momentum starting to swing a little bit in the Spartans' side. They've got it down to 3. We really need to kind of close this off. We got 4 more points to go.
I think we can do it. These guys historically are good at overcoming these jitters. I think this timeout will give them a good break and they'll come out and be able to get a good pass so that they can run a good play.
I agree.
Because I really think, we're pretty unstoppable when they get a really good offensive play running. Like we saw just a couple plays ago, Courtney Singleton went up there and hit the ball right in between the blockers. I don't know if you noticed that, but she's got such a good eye for finding what we call the seam in between those 2 blockers. So I think we just need to settle down. We get a good pass here. One of our hitters will be able to put it down.
Coach Debbie Baker giving her instructions to the team. She seems pretty calm. That's a good presence to have in this timeout right here, and just saying, hey, we've done a great job so far in this first set. Let's just continue to do what we're doing, have our great defense, and good things will happen for us. Let's see if that can come out and be true here as the Knights look to finish out the first set.
We've got a good back line here ready to pass this serve.
Gabby Amy back to serve. Kylie Christensen gets it over to McKinley, who gets it over to Courtney Singleton. And just like you talked about, Courtney Singleton with a great eye for those gaps. She hits it perfectly down the line and in for a great hit.
It wasn't quite the pass we wanted, but it's nice to see them make a good play out of it anyway.
Oh, yeah. Emma Steiger, see what she comes up with. Short serve, hits the net, and drops in for an ace. What a great hit by Emma Steiger.
Like I said, I feel like those previous servers do such a good job at setting it up for Emma to come in and give them that short serve and mix it up a little bit.
Here she goes again. Short serve right into the middle. Courtney Singleton. Oh. Double hit. Point Spartans.
That one was interesting to me. I'm not 100% sure that really was a double. It looked to me like she hit it with her fists, but the coach isn't contesting, so I guess I won't either.
Even if they did contest, I don't see the refs changing their mind anyway.
You're probably right, Adam.
4-point lead here, 23-19 as the Knights look to end the first set. Lurie gets it over to McKay with a great hit over, but a good dig there for the Spartans. Good tip here. Lurie up to Taryn, who hits it over.
It's another double hit. They called that on Taryn Warner this time. That's a pretty common call. When a ref sees anybody but the setter, they have that call ready right in their pocket.
Courtney gets it over to Lurie, who gets it to McKay, and McKay is just hitting the ball right now with such power down that right line.
She really is. She's doing a fantastic job of timing it just right, keeping her body behind the ball so she has a lot of power behind it.
Set point here for the Knights. The Knights turn to Ellie Warnick to get this one in here. She takes her time. She's got her hand in the air. Here she goes. Float serve. Gets it over. The little barrel for the Spartans. Hits it in. And what a great hit there from Kirsten Grove as she places that just on the line and in.
Now we have a chance to be on offense and put it away for good.
Hilani Markham back here to serve for the Spartans. McKinley Nye with the great hit. Over to Ellie, who gets it to Ryan. Ball's blocked a little bit at the net. Ellie with the save and blocked at the net, right inbounds. 24-22, Spartans have got it down to 2 again. And Coach Debbie Baker uses her second timeout here of the first set.
You know, I suspected that it was going to be a close, good game tonight, and so far I've been proven right. It's been fun to watch.
So far right here, just listening into what the Bakers are telling them is Coach Debbie Baker is just saying, hey, you guys are great players. You got to hit the ball with confidence and act like you've been there before. And I totally agree with her. We've had quite a few errors here at the end of this game where if we just go up and hit it with confidence, we might have a little bit different stuff happening. But instead, we've had a couple double hits. Not looking good right now. But still, we've got a 2-point lead. Let's finish this out. All right, 30 seconds to go before we continue. What do the Knights got to do to get their set point here, Nicole?
Well, I've said it before. I'll say it again. We absolutely have to get a good pass. And when you're coming out of a timeout, if you have the serve, you tell them you have to get the serve in. Now, we don't have the serve, so the first thing she probably said was focus on that pass.
The libero, Helani Markham, back here to serve. Just gets it over. McKinley Knight with a good dig over to Ellie, who gets it to Courtney. And set point, Knights. Great hit.
Plowy, Adam. What a great way to finish the game.
That was a good hit right there. Great hit. And that'll do it for the first set. Great job there by the Knights finishing that out. And we will return here in 3 minutes for the second set. What do we got to do here in the second set to build our lead?
I think we need to continue winning the serve and pass game. I guess I haven't seen stats from the first set yet to really know how we compare, but a coach will always say, if you win the serve and pass game, you're likely to win the game. And I think we did, Adam. I think we passed a little bit better, and I think we got more of our serves in, and our serves were a little bit more aggressive. So I think we continue doing that. We'll continue to put them out of system and set ourselves up to be in system more than they are.
I agree. We did have some great serves there between McKinley Knight and Emma Steiger on the back line. Those two provided some great serves for us, but everybody else from Ellie to Lurie, we're doing a great job.
Absolutely. You know, I think McKinley and Emma complement each other in a lot of ways. They do such a great job together in the back row, but their serves also play off of each other really well.
Courtney Singleton starts off set number 2 here for the Knights. And that ball goes long by Claire Shorb. Point Knights, 1-0 here in the second set. Courtney Singleton again back to serve. She's back. She gets it over. York with the serve. And a setter's dump attempt there from York. Lurie with a good dig over to Kaylee Rath, and she just hits it a little bit too long. Abby Deal back here to serve for the Spartans. Good dig by McKay Cunningham. Lurie with the strength to push it through 3 Spartan hands right there. Taryn hits it over. Nice hit there from the Spartans. Kaylee Rath hits it over. Spartans are forced to hit on the third set. McKay Cunningham gets it over to Lurie. And Lurie with the double hit. That's all right, Lurie.
It looks like Kaylee and Lurie are struggling a little bit in this beginning of this set to connect a little bit. I think we're going to need to see them fix that connection if we want to be successful here.
Early 3-1 lead here for the Spartans after that ace. Abby Deal looks to serve again here. Gets it up and over the net. And that one's going to be too long. Point Knights. Lindsay Wiedrick subs in. McKinley Knight back here to serve. Let's see what she can do here. Let's try and build our momentum here in the second set. Gets her instruction. Gets up to the line. Float serve. And the Spartans are going to force to hit it. Third one over. Lurie with the good save. Over to Kaylee.
That's a great cover by Lurie. She was ready for that, but we couldn't quite recover it all the way.
4-2 here early on. Claire Short back here to serve for the Spartans. Gets ready, gets set, hits it over. McKay with the good hit over to Lurie. Kaylee gets it into the net a little bit. Over to the libero. And great defense there from the Knights.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned early on in the first set that we didn't quite close a block, but I have seen them do a great job closing the block ever since then, and that front row defense is doing a great job.
Oh, yeah. Lurie back here to serve, 4-3 here. Lurie gets back, cocks her arm, and here we go. Right into the libero. Just going to go a little bit long. Libero saves it. And just a little long there from Lindsay Wiedrick.
I thought for a second they were going to call a touch on that. I saw the refs all look at each other for a confirmation, but it looks like it's going to go to York anyway.
Good offense from both teams here early on. Nobody's really able to save any points. Tipped at the net. Gets it over to their setter. Hits it over. Courtney Singleton over to Kaylee Rath. Good save. Now, it's a double hit if somebody hits it, but if 2 people hit it, isn't that a quadruple hit at some point?
I guess you could call it that. I've never seen that call made, Adam.
Lurie's got to save it over to Kaylee, who has a great hit right into the Spartan defense and drops inside on the Spartan side. That was not looking good for the Knights, but they're able to salvage a point from the great hit by Kaylee Rath.
Absolutely. You know, Kaylee is so strong. She's one of the strongest hitters I've seen come through this program in quite a while. When she gets it in, it is deep and it's hard. They are hard to defend.
What did you see there, Nicole?
Looks like we were just in the net.
Number 16, Gabby Amy. Amy to serve.
All right, Gabby Amy back here to serve. Gets her instruction from the Spartan coach. Goes back, hits it up. Courtney Singleton is there, gets it to Lurie, goes back to Courtney, and a great hit by Courtney. Holy cow. That is right down the line. And not many people are going to be able to stop that one. Emma Steiger back here to serve for the Knights. Throws it up in the air, floats it over. And good tip there from the Spartans. The Knights were not ready for that one.
Not at all. I think she went up, she saw Laree playing deep defense back there, and she saw that open spot and went for it.
Lydia Stump back here to serve. Gets her instruction from the coaches. Gets it over. A good save there by Kylie Christensen, who gets it over to Courtney. And Courtney, you want to talk about a great hit. That's how you get a point right there.
She is doing a great job right now, Adam.
Ellie Warnick subs in here for McKay Cunningham. She's going to serve. Gets her instruction from Coach John Baker. Takes her time, dribbles it a few times. Makes sure she's breathing, and here we go. Gets it over. And wow, Kung Pao Chicken, that's an ace. What a great hit from Allie Warnick. And the libero just can't save it for the Spartans.
You know, one thing Ellie does a great job of when she steps back to serve is really taking her time. A lot of people will step back there and rush it, but she doesn't rush. She takes her breath and makes sure she gets a really good serve.
Gets it over. Libero hits that one off of her bicep. And a great block there from Taryn Warner. What a great hit. I'll tell you one thing. If Ellie keeps taking her time like this, it almost messes with the Spartan defense because they're used to that serve just coming over quickly. She kind of makes them think about it a little bit, and it's caused quite a stir here for the Spartans.
Oh, absolutely. She's really getting in their heads, I think.
And another block there by the net. Point Knights.
You know, going back to that block just a second ago, I can't say enough good about that. It is really hard as a right side hitter to set up a really good block for your middle, but those two are communicating so well, making sure that block gets closed.
Ellie taking her time again. Nice serve here. Good dig there from the Spartans. Good save by McKinley Knight. Ellie hits it over. And that's going long. Point Knight. Nope.
Nope. Looks like a touch. Yep. One of our blockers tipped it. I'm not sure if it was Taryn or Ryan, but it looks like it caught our fingertips, so that'll be a point for York this time.
And another point Knights on the service there by the Spartans. 10-9 here, almost halfway through the second set. And Courtney Singleton's back here to serve for the Knights. Gets it all good from the ref. Courtney hits it over. Good dig there by Stump. And great hit there by Sydney Wilbur. Gets it just in on the other side. Hannah Sarasatis back here to serve. Gets her instruction from Coach Lance Rack. Ryan tells Ellie, 2-2, hit it over to me, and Ryan does the rest. Great hit there by Ryan.
That's what a setter wants to see from their hitters. A setter will often set up the offensive play, but they want to know that the hitter is ready and willing to hit that ball, and Ryan clearly was.
Great deflection there by Lindsay Wiedrick. Spartans forced to hit it over. Ellie gets it over to Ryan, and Ryan's just not able to save that one.
Serving for York, number 1, Claire Short, and checking back.
Claire Short back here to serve for the Spartans. Tyler Williams checks in here for the Spartans. Let's see what Short can do here. And that one goes long. Point Knights. Marie Crockett and McKay Cunningham coming in here for the Knights. 12-11 here, halfway through the first set. Marie gets ready and just hits it into the net. Those are the types of serves that we talked about in between the first and second set. We've got to get these in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got to give ourselves a chance to score points. McKinley gets it over to Lurie, who gets it over to Kaylee. And Kaylee hits that one just a little long. Sydney Wilbur back here to serve again for the Spartans. Gets her instruction, ball goes over. Nice dig there from McKinley. McKay Cunningham blocked at the wall. And that's another point, Spartans, 14-12. Coach Dan Mickle telling his team to stay disciplined here. Marie gets it over to Kaylee. Spartans hit it over the third time. McKinley gets it over to Lurie, who hits it right in the middle to McKay, and another block by the Spartans. Looks like Coach Debbie Baker is standing up.
You know, I think York has done a nice job right here adjusting their block a little bit, and they're able to close it, and they've been able to stop us a couple times, but they weren't the first set.
Good hit over there by the Knights. Saved by the Spartans. And I don't know if that was blocked by the Knights or blocked by the net, but either way, point Knights.
Checking back into the game and serving for Southern Virginia, number 1,
Where's
Kylie
Deidre?
Christensen.
Kylie Christensen back here to serve. She exchanges the volleyballs with the guy that holds the volleyballs. And here she goes. Back to serve. Raises her hand. Hits it over. And ace by Kylie Christensen. And another Kung Pao chicken ace there for her. Kylie gets her instruction from Coach John Baker. Dribbles the ball a few times, gets ready to focus. She says, "Ref, I'm ready." Here she goes. Tipped at the net. And that one just goes right through the block and drops right in front of our back line.
Yeah, you know, that one serve was really strong, and then she stepped back and she served a little bit softer, maybe a little bit more like sesame chicken than Kung Pao chicken. And York was just a little bit too ready for that one.
I agree. Kylie gets it over to Lurie, who gets it to Courtney, who's blocked. Great save there by Kylie Christensen. And Courtney, I'm not sure if that's a great hit or not great defense, but either way, point Knights.
16, Emma Steiger.
Emma Steiger back here to serve. Knights down 1, 16-15.
It looks like the York back line is stepping up a little bit, getting used to Emma's short serve.
Great.
But we're still able to block it.
Great defense there the first time by the Knights. And the second time, Tyler Williams gets it through our block and gets it just in.
Claire Shore, and to serve number 22, Lydia Stump.
Lydia Stump back here to serve for the Spartans. Lydia, a hometown player out of York, Pennsylvania, receives her instruction, gets the head nod. We're waiting on the refs to give the all clear. And here we go. Stump back to serve. Gets it over. Back to McKay. Gets it to Lurie. Back to Lurie. And another double hit there for the Knights.
Yeah, I'm not so sure on that one. You know, number 20 went up to block it or set. I'm not sure what she was trying to do, but she caught it from behind her head and threw it back over. I'm surprised they didn't call a carry on that one.
Lurie gets it over to McKay, and she hits it right at the back line. 22 has to save it. Courtney gets it over to Lurie. Taryn slams it over. And what a block there by Taryn Warner and McKay Cunningham. They had a great couple blocks in the first set. Momentum carries over to the second set. let's see if we can build off of this and get the lead back again.
Absolutely. Both of our middles, both Taryn and Lindsay, are doing a great job of traveling all the way across the net to block at all 3 hitting positions.
Ellie Warnick back here to serve again. Dribbles the ball, takes her time. She stares at it, says, ball, please go in. She hits it. Good dig. And that's a double hit if I've ever seen one. Point Knights. Another point from Ellie Warnick on her serve.
Now she's going to step back there and make them think about this pass.
They better think long and hard because it's coming no matter what. Here it comes. And good dig there. Gets it to the setter. They hit it over. Ellie Warnick gets it over to Courtney Singleton. Claire Shorb hits it back to McKinley Knight. Ellie with the setter's dump. Good hit there from Taryn. McKinley Knight gets it over to Ellie. And Courtney Singleton says, I'm going to hit it hard. Just kidding, I'm going to hit it soft.
Yeah, that was such a smart play by Courtney. You know, they were expecting her to hit hard because she has been all night. And that was a beautiful soft tip just over the blocker's hands. There wasn't anything they could do with that one.
Ellie Warnick says, dear Mr. Wilson, score us another point here. Gets it over. Kylie ready for that setter's dump. Gets it over to Ryan.
You know, I noticed their setter went for a setter dump there. That's a joke we laugh about a lot in volleyball. Is when one setter attempts a setter dump, almost always you'll see the opposing setter try it within a couple of plays. It's a subconscious thing. All setters kind of get roped into it. So it's funny to see her attempt that there.
McKinley Knight gets it over to Kylie. Kylie just remembers at the last moment that that's the 3rd hit. Another good hit there. Courtney. And that was some serious power there, and that block goes perfectly for the Spartans. 20-18 here, almost to the end of the second set. Spartans have a 2-point lead. What are you seeing here, Nicole? What do we got to do?
Oh, we got to put the ball on the court, Adam. I've noticed we've hit it out a few times or we're getting blocked a few times. I'm not sure if our hitters aren't putting it where it needs to be or if maybe the set's not getting where it needs to be. But our setter and our hitters need to find that connection so we can get that ball on the court. And I think we can. We just need a little reset right here.
Coach Debbie Baker again giving some great instruction to her Knights and just saying, hey, we won the first set. Let's get back to what was building us that lead. What we did good, that solid serving, great defense, and everything else will come for us, and we got to get it. Again, we talked about it in the first set. I've really been impressed with the crowd here for the Knights here in Knight Arena.
You know,
All
I
four
think we can
sections are full.
Yeah, I think we can be proud of a lot here at Southern Virginia, but our crowd is definitely at the top of that list. We bring a good crowd. And I think it's worth mentioning, too, that after this set, we are going to honor 2 of our cross-country runners in between sets 2 and 3. We had 2 individual conference champions this last weekend. So we're going to bring them out on the court and honor them.
And it looks like that timeout worked perfectly for the Knights. As the Spartans come in, the libero Hilani Markham hits it into the net. Point Knights.
That's what we call a point for the coach. Called a timeout, and it worked.
Courtney Singleton places that set perfectly. Blocked by Kylie Christensen, and another Point Knights. What a timeout by Coach Debbie Baker.
Absolutely.
That's why she makes the big bucks right there.
Exactly. It's fun to see Kylie Christensen back in the front row. I haven't seen that in a little while, at least not tonight.
Again, Courtney Singleton gets it over. Little assist there from the net. Kylie Christensen blocked again at the net by the Spartans. What can we do to counter their blocks at the net, Nicole?
It's hard to see at this angle, honestly. If I had a different angle, I would say we might need to push our sets further out. But honestly, I don't have a good enough angle to say for sure.
McKinley. Good save there by Courtney Singleton and Kylie Christensen. McKinley Knight again forced to save it. Ellie gets it over to Kylie. Kylie hits it over. Ryan Dubinsky with a good save. Gets it over to Ellie, who gets it to Courtney. And that's unfortunately just a little bit too long. 22-20. And another timeout here by Coach Debbie Baker. Well, the first timeout worked out for the Knights. Let's see if the second timeout will work out for the Knights. What do we got to do here to get to tie the game and then take the lead permanently here at the end of the second set?
Well, we're going to have to get the serve back to start. So I think we're going to have to step out there. We need our passers to step back with confidence, get a good pass up to our setters so that we can run a good offensive play. I mentioned earlier, I can't really tell from this angle what it is with, or why we're getting blocked a little bit more. I don't know if they've just adjusted to our hitters or if we maybe need to mix it up a little. But one way or another, we got to find our way around those blockers. And that's going to start with a good pass so that we can set them up for success.
I agree. 20 seconds here to end the second timeout for the Knights. Both teams come out. And it looks like Abby Deal back to serve again for the Spartans. 22-20. Crowd going crazy here. Everyone on their feet. Good chanting. Ryan Dubinsky gets it over to Ellie. Ellie pushes the ball over. Spartans are ready for it. McKinley saves it. And Taryn hits it over.
Ooh, that was a risky move by Taryn, but it worked. At least for a minute anyway. Now that hustle by Courtney is what I love about this team. They almost never just give up on a ball. They will throw themselves on the floor to try and get it and keep it in play.
McKinley Knight gets it over to Ellie, who gets it to Taryn. And that unfortunately gets hit into the net. Point Spartans, 24-20, set point number one here for the Spartans. McKinley Knight gets it over to Courtney Singleton, who gets it to Kylie, and Kylie hits it a little long. And set two goes to the Spartans.
Not exactly the way we wanted to end that, but I do think they take a little break. You know, the break between sets 2 and 3 is a couple minutes longer, so it might be just the break they need to reset and come out stronger for set 3.
Yep. 25-20 there to end the second set. All tied at 1 as we go into the third set, and we'll be back with you in about 4 minutes. And welcome back to Knight Arena, Knights fans. The Knights are looking to come out here. They've got a lot of energy coming out here for the third set. What do we got to do here to get a good start and continue that momentum?
You know, every time you ask me that, I think my answer is going to be the same. We got to keep our serves in. We got to get good passes because really nothing else can happen without those two things. I think we're going to need to see some leadership from Lurie and McKinley. You know, they do a great job of running the floor. Lurie runs the offense and with Ellie, and then McKinley runs the defense. But we're going to need to see them really exhibit their strong leadership skills in this set to win, I think.
I agree.
Back serving for York, number 20, Abby Deal.
Our defense is what won it for us in the first set. Let's see if we can build off of that here in the third set. Abby Deal serves for the Spartans to get us started here in set 3. And Kaylee Rath blocked at the net there by Sydney Wilbur.
Keep swinging.
And Coach Debbie Baker gives instruction to Kaylee, just saying, just keep swinging. Good save there from Taryn. Gets it over. Lurie hits it over to Kaylee.
Nice cover by McKinley Knight off that block.
And Kaylee just goes, if you're just going to keep blocking me, I'm just going to tap it over the top of you, and I'm going to get the point regardless of what you try and do. Point Knights.
We talked about this with the serve, but Kaylee does a good job at that as well, hitting him really deep and then throwing him off with a nice tip.
McKinley Knight gets it over the net. Good save there from Courtney. Kaylee again pushes it over. And point Knights. Spartans hit it into the net. McKinley Knight here. Back to serve. Got a little backspin on that ball. And the Spartans are able to get that in between our blockers and just in front of the back line there. Clear short, back to serve. And point Knights for the bad serve there to go here.
Checking back in for York, number 14, Megan Wolf.
Lurie Crockett back to serve. 3-2 here very early on in the third set. Both teams tied at 1. Good serve by Lurie. Spartans hit it into the net. Lurie digs it over to McKinley, who gets it to McKay Cunningham, and McKay hits it just a little long there.
Back to serve for York, number 10, Sydney Wilbur.
Tell you what, every time that we've pulled away or gotten a point here, the Spartans have been able to react and score. Well, what happened there?
Looks like our pass was just a little bit too tight, so our setter couldn't do much with that one, unfortunately. But we can settle down here. I think these 3 passers can get a good pass here. Just like that.
McKinley gets it perfectly to Lurie, who gets it perfectly to Kaylee, and point Knights because the Spartans touch the net.
That right there was a very well executed play by the Knights. So you ask me what we need to do to win, we need to do that every time.
Kylie Christensen back here to serve, gets her instruction from Coach John Baker, slides over to the right, nods her head, and she says, I'm ready, and just hits it a little long there.
Back in serving for York, number 16, Gabby Amy.
Gabby Amy back here to serve for the Spartans. Let's see what she can do here. She hits it over. Kylie Christensen with a tough little hit over. And that might have been going out there. Let's see what we can do here. Kylie, much better hit there. Gets it over to Lurie. McKay Cunningham hits it to the back line. Back line hits it up into the air conditioning unit. McKinley gets it to Lurie. Lurie gets it to Courtney. And Courtney celebrates and she throws her hand up and says, "That's right, I'm going to score this point." 6-5 here as Emma Steiger gets back to serve. Looks at Coach John Baker. Emma hits it. Short serve. And that one's a little too short. That's the first serving error that we've seen her make tonight. Coach Debbie Baker looking at her team and just saying, hey, let's get back to what was successful for us. I believe in you. Let's get this done.
It's a great pass by Kylie.
And McKay with the great hit. She climbed the ladder there and hits it perfectly into the back line where nobody is for the Spartans. Point Knights. Ellie Warnick back here to serve. And I tell you what, she did a great job in the first and second set of serving, really throwing off the momentum of the Spartans. Let's see what she can do here. Takes a glance at the ball, says I'm ready, throws it in the air, and hits it right through the hands of number 16, Gabby Amy. Point Ellie, and just like we talked about, here comes the momentum for the Knights. Tell you what, sometimes those hitters in the back line get those little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, and it's hard to hit like that. You got to get your arms extended and hit that ball to your setter. Just like the libero did right there. Great hit there from Markham. But I'll tell you what, an even better block there by Taryn Warner and Ryan Dubinsky.
Yeah, you know, you can see Taryn celebrating. She absolutely deserves to. She worked hard for that, and that was an excellent block.
That's what happens when you extend those arms and don't keep them in like a Tyrannosaurus. Isn't that right, Nicole?
That is right.
Ellie Warnick with another great serve. McKinley with a great dig. Gets it over to Ellie, who gets it to Courtney. Kylie saves it. And a little bit of miscommunication there between Courtney and Taryn, and the ball falls between them. That's all right. We got 3 points there from Ellie Warnick. She did her job. Now it's time to play defense again. The Spartans get it over. Good serve there from the Spartans. Libero number 5, Helani Markham. Might switch up their defense a little bit. They're ready for this. Markham gets it over. And that's through long. Point Knights. That is such great communication when all 6 players on the court and the bench all shout out at the same time. You talk about a team that's together. That's great teamwork right there.
That kind of communication is a coach's dream.
Courtney with the great serve. Spartans forced to hit it over on the third hit. McKinley Knight gets it over to Kaylee Rath, who slams it down. Spartans forced to hit it again. Knights on the offensive. Ellie to Taryn.
Looks like we might have a player hurt on the floor. I'm not really sure what happened, though. Did you see that, Adam?
I think that both her and another player, I'm not sure which number she is, but both of them dove on the floor to try and save the ball, and they unfortunately ran into each other. I'm not sure which number that is, but we hope that she's okay. Trainers for the Spartans helping her up now. Looks like that's number 1, Claire Shorb. Looks like she's walking off okay. Trainer's talking with her. We hope it's nothing too serious, and we hope that she's able to come in. You hate to see something like that happen to such a good player. Now what happens in that situation? Do we just restart the point? Is that what goes on here?
It depends on the situation, but I didn't see the refs call for a reserve.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion here. Spartans trying to place her in the right spot so they don't miss a rotation. 9-9 here in the third set. Courtney Singleton back to serve. Dribbles the ball a few times, gets it over, hits off the net, and a double hit. Even if there wasn't a double hit, she hit it long anyway. Point Knights. It's hard to come off of an injury. The crowd's a little bit silent. Those are the hardest ones to hit. She gets it in. Point for the Knights. Courtney again.
Great serve by Courtney right there.
Forced Lydia Stump into an awkward dig. McKinley Knight gets it over to Kaylee Rath. Hits it through the block of the Spartans. Again, good save there from Courtney. Kaylee with a nice hit down the line. Save from the Spartans. And she hits it just in front of the ref's face, which is behind the antenna. And unless I'm wrong, you got to hit it on the right side of the antenna.
You're not wrong, Adam.
Here we go, Courtney Singleton. She's got about 8 dribbles in there. Coming as a great basketball coach, you know, I think those are some great dribbles there from Courtney. But that serves a little too long.
You might want to check with Debbie before you start recruiting basketball players from the volleyball team.
We could use some scout players, that's for sure. Ryan Dubinsky hits it over. And point Knights for the Spartans touching the net.
Ryan comes down roaring like a Tyrannosaurus because she was happy with the way that play ended. You see her, she is truly a fierce competitor.
McKinley Knight back here to serve for the Knights. Takes her time, gets her instruction, gets the ball up in the air. Nice hit over. And another double hit for the Spartans. Point Knights, 13-10 here midway through the third set, and the Spartans are going to time out. And Courtney Singleton leads the charge here from the Knights, coming over, jumping, and just saying, let's go. Now I think here the Knights are doing a great job here in the third set of getting back to what was successful for them, which is great defense, great blocking at the net, but most importantly, the back line's doing their job, and our serves are going in, and our serve pass game is really doing a great job right here.
Absolutely, Adam, I agree.
What do we got to do here as we're coming out of this timeout to keep our momentum going, Nicole?
We have the serve, right, Adam?
Yep.
I would say the very first thing they've got to do is get the serve in. I guarantee you that's either the first thing she said in the timeout or it'll be the last. When you come out of a timeout, you have to get that serve in. Those are some of the most crucial serves. We need to get a good, strong serve so that we can be ready and set on defense and get a good play.
Coach Debbie Baker is just right here to our right, and she's telling her team here, let's keep this going. Let's keep getting that ball in, and good things will happen for us. And I think she's right.
Absolutely.
McKinley Knight back here to serve. Waits for the ref. Ref says all good. Dribbles the ball a few times. Looks at Wilson. She says get over. Over it goes. Nice tip there at the wall. Kaylee Rath. And Kaylee Rath says move back because this ball is going in no matter what you do. And the Knight bench is over there celebrating. What a great celebration.
As they should be. That hit was absolutely unstoppable in my opinion. She wasn't even giving them the option to defend that one.
That ball hit right off the block and dropped straight down. Oh.
Looks like the crowd is a little upset on that one. I'm not so sure that was the right call, but it's the call they made, so we'll live with it.
14-11 here, halfway through the third set. And that ball was close, but the refs called it in. You got to play through it here. Knight still got a 3-point lead. Ball goes over. Courtney gets it to Ellie. Ellie to Ryan. And that one goes just a little bit too long.
You know, it can be a little deflating for a team if they feel like a ref made a bad call. They can feel cheated, but one thing we're going to have to focus on is things we can control, which is our passing.
Kaylee gets it to Ellie, who's blocked at the wall. But Kaylee saves it over the net. The Spartans aren't quite ready for it, and the ball goes just out of bounds. Point Knights back to a 3-point lead. Marie Crockett looks over to Coach John Baker, gets her instruction. Ref says, I'll go. Marie back, ball in the air. Great serve. Good save there by the libero, Lindsay Markham, who's forced to hit it over a third time. Marie gets it over to Lindsay, and Lindsay powers it through the back line and out of bounds. Point Knights. When Lindsay jumps up on that little runner hit there, that's hard to stop there. That has some serious power on it. Marie with a great serve gets it to the Spartans. And Kaylee just hits it over the net. Soft little hit. Marie and McKinley both there to save it. Gets it over to Courtney Singleton. And unfortunately, we cannot get the ball over right there. Number 10, Sydney Wilbur, back to serve here for the Spartans. The ref says, hold your horses there.
It's like she got a little impatient. She was ready to serve early there.
And the ball is coming in now. Ref gives the all good. McKinley Knight gets it over to Lurie, who gets it to McKay, who pushes it just over.
You know,
and Point Knights.
That was such a good pass by McKinley. She did such a great job in these pressure situations. She's so calm.
The ball almost rolls off of McKinley Knight's arms like a little bit of lip gloss. What do you think, Nicole?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Just smooth the way that it comes off of her. She is so great at saving the ball.
She's as calm as if she were putting lip gloss on to go out for a night on the town.
And again, what a great hit. Good defense there by the Knights. McKinley's just such a rock there in the back line. It's hard to get a ball past her. That ball hit the ground. The refs agree with me. Point Knights.
The refs might agree with you, but I'm not so sure number 5 did. She worked hard for that. I think she really wanted to see her get credit for that.
I know in basketball you can throw a bounce pass, but you can't bounce pass it off the floor in volleyball.
You're right. What she was going for there, Adam, is what we call a pancake.
Point Knights, 19-13. Refs look over at the Spartan coaches expecting a timeout. They sense some momentum going clearly in the Knights' favor. Spartan coaches don't call it. Kylie Christensen still serving here for the Knights. Hits it with some good power. Gets it over. And that one goes too long. Clearly, Point Knights 20-13. Refs again look over to the Spartan coaches. They're not going to give a timeout. They're saying, hey, team, let's figure this out and play through it.
You know, I've noticed that's a pattern with this coach, Coach Mickle. The last time we played York, there were a few times I felt like he would call a timeout, and he didn't. It was a little bit of a surprise, but I'm sure he has his own reasons, his own tactics. Instead, it's looking like he's switching the momentum with the substitution.
McKinley Knight with the good save. Gets it to Lurie. Courtney Singleton pushes it over. And good hit there by number 13, Kirsten Groh for the Spartans. Pushes it to the back line, back corner where nobody's standing. Again, Gabby Amy back to serve and gets it into the net. Now a little bit back to their coach not calling a timeout. I personally agree with his strategy. I don't like to call timeouts because what am I going to say to my team? There's only so much I can say that says, hey, we got to play better. Instead, I like to just leave my team out there and say, you guys figure it out. Not much you can do as a coach.
That is an interesting strategy. I would say the benefit to a timeout in volleyball is just to break up the momentum. Momentum shifts can swing so hard in volleyball, so sometimes you just need to take a break. But maybe his team doesn't respond well to a timeout, and that's why he's not taking one.
And another ace by Emma Steiger. It doesn't matter how it gets in. It's just got to go in. And Emma Steiger looks at the net and says, thank you. Here we go again. Emma hits that with some power. Emma with the good dig. Gets it to Louis, who hits it to Taryn. And Taryn says, watch me hit this in. And watch it, she did. Point Knights. Set point number 1. We've got a 9-point lead. Unless something bad happens, I think we're going to take the third set. Emma Steiger hits it. Another great hit. Spartans are forced to hit it over a third time. Steiger gets it over to Louis, who hits it to Courtney. Powers through. Kylie with a good save. Back to Louis, who gets it to Courtney. Courtney powers it through. Dio has to hit it back over for the Spartans. Louis tries to set her dump, blocked at the wall. Kylie gets it to Courtney, and Courtney hits it a little long. 24-16. Still an 8-point lead, but still got the momentum. Crowd getting into this one saying, let's get this done. Gets it to Kylie, who gets it to Louis, and Courtney pushes it over, and she stops, she throws her arms up, and she says, I'm tough, but I can score softly as well. Point Knights. Third set, Knights, 25-16. That does it for the third set. 25-16. Knights take a 2-1 lead as we head to the fourth set. We will be back in about 2 minutes. Welcome back to Knight Arena, Knights fans. And we're looking at the stats here between games. What are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing some interesting things, to be honest. I was expecting a better hitting percentage. It looks like both teams have a pretty low hitting percentage, but the good news is it's still positive. We still have more kills than errors. And it looks like the Knights are serving really well, like we mentioned before. They've got more aces than the Spartans. So that must be where some of our lead is coming from.
An unfortunate start there to the fourth set, but you kind of talked about it earlier. We have 10 service aces to their 2, and they have 10 service errors for their 2 service aces. That's a little bit of our lead right there. Here we go, back, McKay Cunningham pushes it over, and unfortunately, Knights not able to save that one. 2-0 lead here early in the fourth set for the Spartans.
You know, I've noticed we have a lot of attempts compared to actual kills, which tells me that both teams must be playing defense really well. Getting a lot of digs, a lot of block touches.
Three to 0 here very early in the fourth set. Not time to panic yet, but we've got to get something going for us.
Absolutely.
Abby Deal back here to serve for the Spartans. McKay Cunningham gets it over to Lurie. Back to McKay, who just gets it over. 4-0 here, and the momentum is all in the Spartans' hands right now. Coach Debbie Baker looking at her team and just saying, hey, we got to go.
It's got to start with a pass. They're serving really well right now, and we haven't really had an answer until now.
And that's the momentum we need right there. What a hit from Taryn Warner.
Back to serve, number 18, McKinley Knight.
McKinley Knight back here to serve for the Knights.
Hopefully she can get us off on a better start here.
Looks at the ball, gets it over, drops right in for the Spartans. And number 3, Hannah Saraisatis. That's a tough name to say. But she has a left-handed power there. Gets it through the block. And Lurie gets it over to Kaylee. Kaylee pushes it over. Good save there for the Spartans. And I tell you what, this Spartan team looks rejuvenated and full of energy here in this fourth set.
Absolutely. They've really caught us sitting back on our heels. It doesn't seem like we're ready for what they're sending over right now.
Another service error there for the Spartans.
Hopefully we can capitalize on that error and get a little momentum shift here.
Yep. Here we go here for Lurie Crockett. Let's see what she can do for us. Gets the ball over. Nice block there at the wall for Lindsay Wiedrick and Kaylee Raff. What are you seeing here?
Oh, well, again, that was a great block connection between Lindsay and Kaylee. I'm seeing better communication on that play right there.
McKay Cunningham gets it to Lurie, throws it all the way over to Kaylee. Off the AC unit, and welcome to the barn is what the students are about to chant. And here it comes. We've dug back into the lead here, 6-4 here, early in the fourth set. Knights up 2-1. Gets it up. Tyler Williams saves it for the Spartans. Lurie gets it to McKay Cunningham, who comes flying in from the back line. McKay saves it over to Lurie, who gets it to Kaylee. And Kaylee powers it down the line and in. Point Knights, 6-5 for the Spartans.
That was so close to the line from here, I wasn't sure if it was going to be in, but she got it just inside that line, and it was impossible to stop.
Good dig there. Right to the middle blocker. McKay hits it up. McKinley forced to hit it over. Again, back to the middle blocker. And you can't do that. Point Knights. Lurie Crockett back here to serve for the Knights. All tied up at 6. Spartans had all the momentum going on early. Knights are able to come back and tie it at 6. Libero gets it over. Courtney gets it to Lurie, who gets it to Lindsay. And Lindsay with a little bit of a miss hit. That ball goes just a little bit too long.
Back to serve for York, number 10, Sydney Wilbur.
Sydney Wilbur back to serve here for the Spartans. Gets it to Lurie, who gets it over to Kaylee. Kaylee with the powerful hit. Spartans aren't able to save it. Great point for the Knights. Tied up again at 7.
Checking back in and serving for the Knights, number 1, Kylie Christensen.
Oh. Great hit there for the Spartans. Gets it over to McKinley Knight, who gets it to Courtney. And Courtney says, watch how powerful I am. Point Knights, as the Barn again with another beautiful assist. Welcome to the Barn here. Chant for the Knight fans. Lurie gets it over to Courtney Singleton, who powers it again. Spartans are trying to save it. Lurie with the good dig, gets it to McKinley, who puts it up for McKay, who's just forced to push it over. And that's a little bit of an error. Point Spartans.
Checking back in and serving for York, number 16, Gabby Amy.
Gabby Amy back here to serve for the Spartans. She hits that ball down in the court a few times. Gets the ball over. Kylie Christensen gets it to Lurie, who hits it to McKay. And McKay says, watch me flex. I'm going to hit this ball hard. You can't stop us.
She got on top of that ball really nicely and just sent it straight down to the middle of the court. That was a beautiful hit.
Emma Steiger bounces it a few times. Comes up to the line. Good serve. Good save there from Emma, who gets it to Taryn. Good deflection there at the wall. Who gets it to McKay. And I know that one thing, the Spartans cannot stop McKay Cunningham right now. 10-9 Knights. Here we go for Emma Steiger. She's really been able to produce a lot of points for the Knights tonight. Good hit. Block at the wall.
Block by the Knights.
Oh, I don't know how Taryn saved that.
I'm not
But she
sure.
said, I'm going to fake you guys out, jump over the ball, and then softly hit it over.
Oh.
And that results in a point for the Knights.
That was a great corner shot by McKay. She could see them out of system and kind of pulling into the middle. Took advantage, put it right in the corner.
That move by Taryn was almost like a dance move. She moved so slickly there. She almost made it seem like she didn't mean to do that. That was beautiful.
Cool as a
Point Knights.
cucumber.
And that's a little too long, says the official. Point Spartans. 11-9 here. Almost halfway through the fourth set. Wolf back here to serve for the Spartans. Kylie Christensen unable to pass it there to Lurie Crockett. Gets right to the net, and the Spartans put that thing away.
Yeah, undeniably, that's just a really good play by the Spartans. They knew how to take advantage of that.
Wolf back here to serve again. And unfortunately hits that into the net. Another service there. 12-10 here for the Knights. Knights are up 2-1. They're looking to finish off this fourth set and the game. What were you going to say, Nicole?
Oh, I was just going to comment on Ryan and Ellie coming in for Lurie and McKay. It's been fun and interesting to watch them change their offense from a 5-1 to a 6-2.
Setter dump attempt there for the Spartans. Unsuccessful. Knights again on defense. Great hitting there.
No.
And I tell you what, we've talked about this all night, but Taryn Warner and Lindsay Wiedrick in the middle have done such a great job, assisted by the outside hitters, and They are just playing such good defense as a team right now, really stifling the York Spartan hitters. Ellie Warnick with another great serve. Gets it to the middle. And Taryn says, if I can't block it, the net can. Point Knights.
You know, there's nothing worse than getting blocked by the net. When you're that player and you go up to hit with all your force and it goes right into the net, just kind of makes you feel a little shapoopy, you know?
I totally agree with that. Great hit there from Ellie Warnick. Ellie saves it again to Courtney Singleton. And that ball, unfortunately, is blocked at the net. Point Spartans, 14-11.
You can see that was the redemption they were looking for. That was a good play by the York Spartans there.
The Knights just kind of look at themselves and just say, shapoopy, let's get on to the next one.
Absolutely.
Spartans hit it over. Ellie Warnick with a great set over to Courtney. Great serve by Kylie.
That was a great coverage by Kylie right there.
And Taryn says, you cannot hit it past me. How many more times does she got to say that?
Absolutely. You know, Taryn is so zeroed in on her hitters, and that is exactly what you want from a middle blocker. I don't think middle blockers get quite enough credit because typically your best hitters are your outside hitters. But Taryn as a middle blocker is doing a fantastic job of watching her hitters and shutting them down.
Welcome to the barn again as the Spartans hit it up into the AC unit. And when that thing is on, it is very hard to hit it off of that. Courtney Singleton, and unfortunately service error there. We'd been talking about the great hitting by the Knights, great service, but unfortunately that one's just a little bit too much of an error. And here we go again for the Spartans. Number 20, Abby Deal. Gets it over. McKinley Knight gets it to Ellie. Not a great pass there, but we get it over. And wow, what a great hit there from Sydney Wilbur.
Yeah, unfortunately we weren't quite able to close the block on that one, and they capitalized on that, found the gap. Got a really nice play.
Deal again back here to serve. Gets it to Ellie. Ellie! And she says, watch me show you what a proper setter stump is. And she does it with perfect execution.
She put
right
that
into the middle of the defense.
Yep, she put that right in the campfire.
That's what you got to do there. Let's light the fire and let that baby burn. Get us some more points. And Deal hits it a little too high for Wilbur that time. And we saw this a couple points ago for the Knights. Taryn Warner is able to kind of do a nice little dance slide and score a point there for the Knights. But Wilbur not as good at dancing as Taryn Warner. Point Knights. Deal over to number 3. Hannah gets it. McKinley gets it over to Kaylee Rath. And again, off the air conditioning unit. Point Knights. 19-13 as the Knight fans are chanting, welcome to the barn.
It's looking like the Spartans are having a little trouble communicating right now. It's getting a little quiet on this half of the court, whereas it's staying really loud over on the Knight side. I think that's really going to work to our advantage right now.
McKinley Knight gets that ball just over, and Wilbur and Deal are on the same page that time. Point Knights. Number 22, Lydia Stump back to the serve here for the Spartans. And I tell you what, that AC unit is definitely on because it's a little cold in here. And that hit just went really long. Their servers must be a little cold too because those balls keep going long and short. They don't know how to get used to the temperature in here. Loree Crockett back to serve here, raises her hand. She says, I'm ready. Gets it to the libero. Deal hits it over to Tyler Williams, and Williams powers that through the block. Great hit by Tyler Williams.
Looked like our blockers had a little trouble reading that left-handed hitter that time.
Kaylee Rath gets it to Loree. Loree over to McKay. And I'm not sure if our fans on the air said that. What did you say, Nicole?
What?
You say that was a great serve for the Knights?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I said that was a great set, actually. Larry pushed it really nice to the outside. I thought it was a really good, clean set. And sure enough, McKay was able to hit it right to the middle.
Good hit there. Taylor Williams gets that ball blocked at the net. Good save there from Kylie Christensen. Gets it to Lurie. Courtney Singleton hits it over. Good save at the back line. Deal gets it over to Kirsten Grove. Here we go again. Back onto offense. McKinley Knight says, I got this. Gets it over to Courtney Singleton, who hits that ball a little soft like a fluffy muffin. Lurie Crockett hits that over. Lindsay Wiedrick hits it. This is a great back and forth here. Great rally by both teams. And McKay Cunningham really hits that hard right into the middle of the defense.
That hit, Adam, was nothing like a fluffy muffin. She left no doubt that that ball was going down, and it was going down hard.
I totally agree. Kylie Christensen back here to serve for the Knights. Let's see what she can do here. She gets it over, and that's a little bit too long. 22-16 for the Knights.
Checking back into the game and serving for York, number 16, Gabby Amy.
Amy has a nice serve over for the Spartans, but wow, what a powerful hit there by, I believe, McKay Cunningham. What a great point, 23-16. Emma Steiger in to close it out, and I feel pretty confident right now that she's going to get the job done. Short serve right into the heart of the Spartan defense. And Tyler Williams isn't able to get that over. 24-16, match point here for the Knights. Let's see if we can finish this off. Emma Steiger gets it over. Who gets it? To the little barrel. Tyler Williams again. Good save by Lurie Crockett. Emma Steiger gets it over to McKay Cunningham. Spartans are going to force to hit this over a third time. Again, Emma to Lurie, who gets it to Courtney, who hits it over. And game point, Knights. What a great play there.
She's been hitting hard all night, but she's going to end the set and the match on a fluffy muffin tip. Quietly, but concisely. That was a great match by the Knights, I think.
That was a great game. Both sides competed hard. Knights able to pull out the 3-1 victory. Any last words here for the Knight fans that are viewing this?
I would just say that we can definitely be proud of our Knights tonight. There was great communication, and there was great movement from their transitions from defense to offense. I saw a lot of good things. I think Debbie Baker should be really proud of the team that she has this year.
I totally agree.
And I think we can look forward to a good game on Thursday night at Christopher Newport.
As my partner Nicole Gwynn just said, Knights now travel to Christopher Newport on Thursday to compete in the CAC semifinals. And if they play like they do tonight, they have a great chance of winning that game and making it to the championship. They have to continue to believe in each other, and great things will happen for them.
Absolutely.
Either way, they've had a great year, and we're proud of the stuff they're doing here as a team.
I agree, Adam.
Well, that's it. That'll do it from Knight Arena. Have a great night, Knight fans. We love you. Go Knights.